Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Mac Merlin build stream. Today, based on my experience, I know I'm not going to finish the build just because it involves lots of diodes, so I'm calling this build stream Barleycorn Part 1. Part 2 will probably be sometime during the week, so if that's what you guys want to watch, make sure you check that out, probably this coming Thursday. But before we begin, I am drinking something new this time around. Something I've never actually drank on stream, or drank very much actually. But here we go. I'm sure if you execute the drink command, you'll already know what it is. But it's in a typical Coke cup right here. Wife and I just had some Mexican food, and I noticed they had horchata on the menu, so I picked one up. Did not expect it to be so massive. I've already drank some of it for lunch, but yeah, this is easily a 24 ounce right there. Let's see, look at that, kind of like a milky substance right here. If you guys don't know what horchata is, let me pull up something for you guys. And while I'm at it, let me turn on the tunes for today. There we go. So horchata is basically just this rice milk beverage, you know? And sometimes they put vanilla in it, sometimes they put cinnamon in it. In this case, this does taste a little more cinnamony than vanilla-y, you know? It is quite a bit sweet, so not sure how fast I'll be drinking this. As much as I like sweet drinks, I can't very well drink it so fast. But yeah, I just picked this up from my local Mexican restaurant right there. But yeah, today we are building the Barleycorn. You guys don't know what a Barleycorn is? It is this guy right here. You can actually still pick it up on Novelkeys right here. It's a $115 through-hole kit. It is a compact 1800 of sorts, more like an 1800 without an F-row. So as you guys can see, it's got that. Here, let's make it bigger. There we go. That's a nice big picture. See, so it's got your typical 60% on the left here. It's got your arrows and then a numpad right there. As you can also see, it's all through hole up here. It's got two switches on top, two microcontrollers of sorts, and a USB-C port. And of course, on the left, all those diodes. I am gonna try my best to finish at least the diodes and some of the through-hole components tonight, but we'll see how far I get, you know. You guys know I hate doing diodes, so yeah. But yeah, this is not a sponsored build of any sorts, though I was given this. I was sent this board by Yankar himself, you know. I've met Yankar in person, actually, and we struck up a little friendship here. But yeah, he sent me this. He sent me this for Christmas, actually. It's just taken a while to build it. Kai Voldemort subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Static H says, I just picked up a 40%. 1800 the garbage truck. Ah, nice. That's another sweet little build. But yeah, here, let's do a little bit of an unboxing. Let me take out my actual board here. It comes in this really fancy case. So kind of like a TX case. It's got the same kind of texture, just not as thick. So for 115 bucks, that's a pretty sweet deal. Here we go. Comes with all of your diodes, components, passive components right here. Even comes with a little screwdriver. Don't think I'll need to do it. Comes with Yankar's little logo. I still don't get why it's a duck. I think he just loves ducks. But yeah, that's Yankar's logo right there. You've got the acrylic cover piece right there. Oops, I just knocked the mic right there. There we go. And of course the USB-C port, some LEDs, hardware, microcontrollers, some silica gel, and of course the PCB. Here we go, PCB. Let's take a look at the PCB really quick. And from the looks of it, looks like it can support. What? I think this could support Alps from the looks of it. Pretty interesting. When Captain says, "Hey Merlin, hello to you too." There you go. Designed by Yankar in Cambridge, UK. Graphics by Blurk. Barleycorn V1.0. Inspired by the Plaid. Very cool. Yeah, all the through-hole components go on the top here. USB-C is there. That's what the back looks like. What else? Thank you so much for your order. I did not order this, but thank you. Here's the bottom plate. Look at that. If anyone can read that, please translate for me. That. Did you do the Barleycorn fun fact yet? No, I did not. I didn't know that there was such a thing. All right. The Barleycorn is a former English unit of length equal to 1/3 of an inch. It's still used as the basis for shoe sizes. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Thank you, Huynh. But yeah, this is it. This is it. Very cool. Let's see. How should I start this? Let's start with the diodes, the part that I hate the most. Here we go. Stream is dropping frames. Ah, yes, I'm seeing it. For some odd reason. Let's see, I'm rotating between 5,000 and 2,000 kilobits per second. I don't know what's going on. Probably something with Comcast. Thankfully, I am recording this, so when it goes up on YouTube, it should be much better. Yeah, that's just so odd. Don't know what's going on there today. But unfortunately, as usual, nothing I can do about it. Alright, let's say, let's actually measure how much I need to bend. How much do I need to bend for the diodes? And then we can start from there. Huynh just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thanks for doing that. Yo, probably if you drop by in the next 2 hours or so, I will still be doing diodes, just because this is how long it takes, right? Look at that, all these diodes. So yeah, let me at first measure where I need to bend them, and then hopefully we'll be fine. Let's do this. Okay, so based on that, okay, let's try this. Let's try this. The most exciting part of the build. So Huynh Captain, if you happen to still be on, when you guys sent me the Mercutio, it's probably gonna be like this as well. I always talk about doing this earlier, but I hardly ever have time during the actual week, which is why I stream. Streaming allows me to do keyboard stuff. There we go. Let's see. Did I bend that correctly? I did actually. Perfect. That's good. That is very good. Okay, I think I'm good. I can start bending the rest of them. Do. Okay, this will be my sample diode. I'll put that there for now. I'll start bending. I think I'll bend like 20 at a time, then start soldering them. It's the most fun part of the build. Not. Yeah, I think it's particularly lagging today simply because it's been windy here in Seattle. Lots of power lines have gone down, so who knows? Who knows what's happening? Stuff seemed fine on the download front though. I was able to watch all my animes today. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? I really need like a diode pre-bender of sorts just to make this a lot easier. Right now I'm just using a tweezer. So far so good, but it can definitely be faster. Just got a few more out there. Does color add to the cost of a PCB? I see most premium keyboard PCBs are black or white. Is there a reason for this? Maybe. I've never actually had a PCB printed before, so I don't know the answer to that. But I would assume that fancy colors would probably cost extra money. Like for example, if you buy Canon Keys PCBs, you'll notice that their finish is kind of matte, whereas if you buy like a Wilbur PCB, the finish is shinier. The shiny like the shiny PCB seems to be easier to clean, and it looks better too. But yeah, probably. Though I think green is the standard. Green is the standard. I don't think I've ever seen like a matte green PCB. I think like way back in the day, around like 2017 or so, mechanicalkeyboards.com was trying to sell transparent PCBs, but I don't think they were ever successful with that. The cost to manufacture was just too much, and I heard that there were some QC issues. But yeah, transparent PCBs are indeed such a thing. Kawari says interesting. Yep. Transparent PCBs. There we go. Let's do that. Let's actually start soldering just a bit here. Really depends on the fab that you use. Ah, okay. Yeah, I know very little about PCB manufacturing or PCB design, though. I was on the KBD fans server earlier, and I'm like, you know, maybe 2021 is the year that McMerlin learns how to do PCB design. Maybe. We'll see. Like, I am definitely interested in learning. I just probably don't have the motivation. I feel like life is busy enough as it is. Then you add on having like a Twitch stream and a YouTube channel, life just gets busy. If you guys are building one of these, make sure that when you insert your diodes in, you have them put in the right direction. There is some polarity involved. So don't screw it up. Don't screw it up, otherwise you'll be very sad. What I'm doing here is actually splitting these up. I'm first gonna do every fourth diode, just for ease of soldering. Don't necessarily have to do this way. You can just put them all in at the same time. But knowing me and my patience, I'd rather do it this way. Oh yeah, guys, if you're on my Discord server, you know that I have been waiting for this PCB for a long time. Like, not this PCB, but I've been waiting for the KBD67 Lite. And as of this morning, I discovered that it is in Memphis, Tennessee. So with that being said, I'm assuming, or rather I am hoping, that my KBD67 Lite will be here by maybe Tuesday. Last time I got something from Memphis, it did take like 1 week, so who knows? Who knows? It is coming through FedEx, and yeah, usually they've been pretty quick. Not Pano says, hello, first stream I actually caught live. Well, welcome. This is my Saturday build streams. Today I'm building a Barleycorn from Novelkeys. Yeah, right now I just started it. Will not be finishing the entire build today just because it involves diodes and I hate doing diodes, so yeah, we'll just see how far we get. My personal goal for the day is to at least finish all the diodes and hopefully some of the other through-hole components. When am I planning to build the KBD Lite? I don't know, based on my build schedule, it's almost like, I think I might, well, for purposes of a review, I'll try and build it earlier, but based on my build schedule, on my customer build schedule, I probably won't get to it till like mid-February, to be honest. There we go. Let's solder these in. I'm gonna turn on the soldering iron. Where is my solder? There it is. Yeah, so the reason why I bought a KBD67 Lite is I'm trying to get rid of my KBD67 Mark II. It's just been a board that hasn't made me happy, but I also don't want to let it go without having another KBD fans board here. So yeah, that's the plan. Once I can determine which one is better, I will sell the other one. If that makes sense. Let's see. My stream a little laggy, or is it on my side? It is on the Comcast side, unfortunately. I am a Comcast customer, and I think we had some wins last night. So there's nothing I can do about it. This is just how it is. I actually started the stream a little later because I was trying to see if it would stabilize, but I was like, okay. Alright, Comcast, do your thing. I am recording the stream, so when this gets on YouTube, it'll actually be a lot better. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's not this laggy tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening's like my group buy stream. So hopefully it's not as laggy then. Like right now, I'm honestly just bending diodes, right? I'm not actually discussing a topic of sorts. So far so good. Twitch had problems yesterday. Oh, that's probably another factor. Who knows? Who knows? Which is why it's good to record all of your streams if you guys are streamers yourself. The recording will always usually be better quality. It's like right now my my bit rate is fluctuating between 5,000 and 2,500. So yeah, it's going like green, yellow, red, constant fluctuation. And according to my dropped frames, 43.7%. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Imagine if I was streaming at like 30 or like 60 FPS. Would be even worse. Like right now, it's not going any lower than 2,500. So that's good. That's good. If it did, like if I got up to like 50% drop frames, that would be terrible. Ranger says I'm working on a Barleycorn too. Nice. Stop copying me. Alright. Well, Ranger, how far are you on this build? As you can see, I've soldered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 diodes and gonna be soldering 8 more. So yeah, not very far at all for me. Though I do wish that I can finish this. I can finish the diodes in roughly the next hour and a half, maybe, hopefully. We'll see though. Let's see if that's doable. Didn't have flux yesterday, so I couldn't do the USB-C. Oh yeah. One thing about this build is that it uses USB-C. So even though it's through hole, it's still really hard to do. So if you have flux, it'll make the whole process easier. I have quite a bit of flux actually, so I should be good when I get to that part. But for now, just doing diodes. Nothing overly complicated today. Just tedious and frustrating. And labor intensive, I guess. Next difficulty level, Barleycorn with all SMDs. Oh yeah, that would be terrible. That would be really bad. I probably would not buy that. Like, if it's all SMD, I'm like, yeah, doesn't matter how nice the board is, not gonna buy it. It's not worth my time. Core Cable says, howdy to you too. Welcome to my Barleycorn stream. Pretty much just started. I have about 20 diodes, I think. 20 diodes soldered in. Still got a whole bunch to pre-bend. There we go. See all that? Diodes, like, not that you can see it that well. The way I like to do diodes is I tend to separate them out, so there's like 4 in between them, just because when it gets to like having all of the legs popping out, it gets harder to solder and you can't cut them very well at all. Oh really, there were some confusing things with the instruction. Better let Yankar know, since he maintains that document. Yeah, this is... It's like, I feel like this is marketed as a beginner soldering board, but at the same time, it doesn't seem so beginner to me. Like, there's a difference between soldering and soldering well. This one, I feel like you would have trouble on both fronts. Alright. Let's do a couple more diodes. So you notice some errors. The D85 and D86 are labeled D19 and 20. There are some other confusing things. Oh, okay. Well, we will talk about it when we get there. Is the stream only lagging for me? It's lagging for everyone because I am a Comcast customer. Yeah, I've tried resetting my router, I've tried resetting all of my devices here. It's on the Comcast end. Not much I can do. But I am recording this stream, so if you guys watch this on YouTube, it'll be much cleaner. Much cleaner. Not Pano says, my first soldering experience was the Romac MacroPad, and it was quite simple. Yeah, I think that was a Pro Micro build, right? Pro Micro with, what, one encoder knob? No, no, that's a Romac Plus. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's been so many Romacs. Just Gaming says, hi, hello to you too. Welcome to my Barleycorn stream. My Barleycorn and lagging stream, apparently, thanks to Comcast. Hold Squat says, how's this compared to a disciple, or to a discipline build, you mean? Looks about the same difficulty. It's the same level of complexity, just that since this is a larger board, it will just take longer. Like, these kits are generally called beginner just because they're through hole, despite them being very tedious to build. Yeah, this is not a beginner build. I'd say it's beginner because of what you said, through hole, but there's a difference between soldering and soldering well. This is a board where you need to master both. But for your macropad, you bought a Bit C. I don't like the Pro Micro. Bit C, I don't think I've ever heard of that one before. Yeah, Pro Micros are terrible. If you can, try and do a Elite C or maybe like a Proton C. Fro Timmy says, hi Merlin, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. But as you can see, I'm doing my least favorite task. This is probably... I probably hate this more than lubing, to be honest. This is a lot more tedious, a lot more bothersome to me. I'll be so glad when I'm done. Now, speaking of Elite Cs, I should probably buy a few more. I think I used up my last one. Elite C or maybe Proton C. I'll go put a Proton C on my BDE. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, another reason why I probably can't finish this board today is because we have someone coming to visit our cat. You know? So whenever she comes around, it's probably in the next 2 hours or so, I'll have to exit here. Ranger says, I'm looking at the instructions. Which chip is supposed to go in which socket? Haven't gotten there yet, but they are two different chips, you know. One is an Atmega 328 and one is an MCP 23017. Do I have a list of budget tools for beginners? What do you mean by budget tools? However, if you do want to see a list of tools that I recommend, you can check my Amazon store. Do !Amazon and you'll see everything there. The labels are on the board, says Ranger. Yep, labels are indeed on the board. Oh boy, Barleycorn says co-holified, yeah. Barleycorn indeed. It's gonna take a while to build this, so that's why I'm building this in 2 streams. When that second stream is, who knows? Who knows for sure, but I'm hoping it'll be this coming Thursday. Is anyone else's stream super choppy? Co-holified? No, it's just you and like everyone else. Thanks to Comcast, unfortunately, so nothing I can do on my end. Like, I've restarted routers, I've, you know, done all the necessary legwork, and yep, this is what I get. Thanks, Comcast. They'd still be making progress, but very slowly, says Marv. Well, yeah, that's true. So I said at the beginning of the stream, building a board is not a race. You know, do it on your own time. Do it when you're comfortable. Like, I don't build boards during the week, you know? Like, I build boards while I'm streaming, simply because I don't have time for this, and this is really the only time I can allocate. So might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, like back then when I first started the hobby, I built a white fox. I probably did, if I can remember correctly, Saturday morning, soldered like 1 row of the white fox. Saturday afternoon around like 2 or 3, soldered another row, and then didn't touch it again till like maybe Wednesday when I came back home from work. And finished the rest like that. Oh yeah, like, I get it. Sometimes when you get a new board, you're excited to build it, but I've found that sometimes that can lead to big mistakes. Like my very first board, the very first board that I built was a Face W. I got so excited after I received it that I soldered it without stabilizers. And I did not figure that out until I'd soldered the entire thing. So, yeah. Quite a rude awakening. Jolly Eskimo says, oh no, yeah, I know. No, and I'm not the first one to do that, you know. This is actually, that's actually quite a common mistake. Quite a common mistake. You really only enjoy SMD soldering? I've never enjoyed SMD soldering. Like, I like soldering RGBs, I guess, but anything past that, not so fun. You hate soldering in ports. Oh yeah, that's painful too. There are no legs to snip. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, let me fix up a couple of these. How do I make my diodes really neat and consistent? I'm just really careful. And it starts off with like how you bend them. If you bend them at the right distance, then you're like 80% there. But the rest of it is what I'm doing right now. I'm reflowing the solder while I'm pushing in the diode. You know? In other builds that I've done, I've used tape to like hold it in place. But yeah, I get it. You know, like this is supposed to go under an acrylic piece. So if you don't make it nice, it really blows. But yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Oh, and Bessa says, hello, how are you guys? We're doing pretty good, though we are suffering from poor Comcast connections right here. Everything's going so slow for me. No, to be honest though, I feel like I'm going faster this time around. You guys caught my BDE build. That really small macro pad took me like 4 hours. Yeah, this one, I can't really say for sure yet, but I feel like I'm going faster. We'll see. USB error and a burning smell, says Ranger. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. What did you just burn? Alright. Burning smell is always fun. You let the magic smoke out. There we go. We're half done with the diodes, I guess. Half done with the diodes and only took an hour. So yeah, I guess it'll take another hour to do the other half. So yeah, I think I will hit my goal today. Alright. Let's do this. This looks hard. It's actually not hard. Making it neat would probably be difficult, but this entire process is more tedious than complicated. You know? Just Gaming says, you did them the wrong way. Yeah, that's one thing you need to worry about when you're doing diodes, because these have polarity, you know. Make sure positive goes to the positive, negative goes to the negative. Otherwise, things will be bad for you. Now, thankfully, I've never made that mistake on a board. But I made that mistake in firmware, actually. Made that mistake in firmware. In fact, it was one of my recent ports. I think I did it in like November or something. The diode direction is normally from call to row, but the board itself was row to call, or something like that. I can't remember the exact specifics. So Ranger XML, I think you're actually way ahead of me. I think you've finished the diodes and are working on these parts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm very curious why things started smoking for you. If I had to guess, it might be something to do with your USB port. Maybe. Yeah, USB port. Oh gosh. That's not good. Don't start a fire. Wherever you are, don't start a fire. Getting the wick out. Oh yeah. Be careful, man. Don't burn down your house. Okay. Okay. Onwards to the second half of the diodes. Actually, hold on. Let me do this. Okay. If it was only the USB port, you'd be in luck. I kind of doubt it. But good thing the components are all through hole. And I believe those microcontrollers that you have there are both socketed. So chances are you could probably just replace them. Raspberry executed the build command, thank you. And welcome to my channel. Today we're building the Barleycorn, another through-hole kit, courtesy of Yancar and Novelkeys. This particular Barleycorn was actually sent to me as a Christmas present by Yancar himself. So yeah, finally getting a chance to build it. Yeah, it's like one thing I made a mistake with last year was that I took too many customer requests that I didn't have time for any of my own boards. So yeah, this year I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with that. Not do too many customer requests. Probably maybe reserve 1 week a month where I can do like my own personal build. We'll see. See Mitch, JPGs has just built my first board. It's been a long time coming. What did you build? What was this board? There we go. Put more diodes in. It's a high profile alt with 62G lilac linears. Oh, nice. Yeah, I keep forgetting that lilacs come in both tactile and linear variants. When they first came out, they were definitely just tactile. Nothing fancy, but it's honest, yeah. Yeah, those drop boards, I would say they're not that great of a value these days anymore, but they are pretty solid. You know, back at work I see a lot of people with them, and they've had them for years at this point. There we go. Time for snipping again. Whew. All right, just a couple more diodes to do. I did have to throw away a couple of them because I didn't bend them properly, so that sucks. Let's see, did I bend this one properly? Yes, I did. Perfect. Consoles don't really appeal to you anymore. I am the same way. The last console I bought was a Nintendo Switch. Played it for a good month or two actually, just because I wanted to play Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. So as soon as I finished playing that, I was done. I was done with the Switch. Haven't touched it again. Though Ys 9 is apparently coming out mid-February, so maybe I will touch it one more time. We'll see. In fact, I even started doing like a segment here on Twitch called The Best Gaming Switch, in which I just played Lacrimosa of Dana. Alright. Whew. Just a couple more diodes and I'll be done. Get around, we both have the same video card, 1070. Though some of you might know, I am encountering some difficulties because of that decision. So some of you know I run a Hackintosh right here. This is my home setup. I've been running this for the last couple of years now. and I have a GTX 1070. As a result, I can only run up to High Sierra on my machine. Since then, Mojave, Catalina, and Big Sur have all come out, and unfortunately, some of the tools that I use are no longer claiming support for High Sierra. So such as, like, I'm trying to learn PCB design, KiCad, all of their latest updates no longer support High Sierra. Final Cut Pro, which is the tool I use to do all of my edits here. There's some bugs that are not fixed in High Sierra, but everything Mojave and above. Let's see what else. Homebrew, the package manager for Mac, says they're not supporting High Sierra either. So I'm like, well, crap. So this leaves me with 3 choices. Either, you know, buy a relatively cheap graphics card and just slum it with the rendering. Buy an M1 Mac Mini. Or number 3, switch over to Linux entirely. So the third one seems most appealing to me at this moment, just because I'm very used to Linux. The only problem is that means I need to switch over to something that's not Final Cut Pro. I need to switch over to like DaVinci Resolve, right? Just because mainly, even if I did upgrade this Hackintosh right here, I'd be spending however much a new graphics card cost for zero improvement. Zero improvement. I'm just spending money so that stuff can be compatible. And to me, that is a lose. That is a fail. Like, sure, I could spend more for it, but at that point, I'm like, maybe I should just buy an actual Mac. Just buy a real Mac Mini or something like that. Ranger says M1X. Yeah, I could wait for those builds as well. I think the M1X comes out maybe later this month. No, actually, no, not this month. I mean later this year. Let's see, Linux plus NVIDIA is not a nice thing, but I've had great mileage with the WSL2. Really? Did not know that. They only allow free software. Well, the thing is, DaVinci Resolve is not bad. I've started using it lately just in preparation of this change. I've been editing some of our vacation videos actually, and so far so good. Ranger says Mac Mini is an awesome deal. Oh, I know. Absolutely know. I'm greatly considering it. Now, based on reviews that I've watched, it seems to be more capable than this setup that I have right now. More capable than any system I'm able to afford, and you know, just overall good system looking forward. But at the same time, I don't want to be completely trapped to the Apple network. I say that while having a MacBook Pro, while working in an Apple environment, while having a Hackintosh, while having Apple products all around my house. Intel Mac are dying. Yep, Intel Mac is indeed dying. M1 Mac Mini for the win. See, that's another vote there. We'll see. We'll see what I do. Just because the fully spec'd out Mac Mini that I want is gonna cost slightly over $1,000. But I'd like to go cheaper, you know, if I can. Don't really want to. I'd rather spend money on keybs. I'd rather spend money buying keyboards, key sets, than, you know, new hardware that I'm only buying to be compatible. Squirrel says, oh god, it's too late, you can't escape the ecosystem. Yeah, shame on me. I took a job dealing with Mac OS. And I've done, okay, so ever since I joined QMK, all of my work in QMK has been done on the macOS platform. All of my streams are on this macOS platform. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. It's not like I have to change right away. I don't have to make a decision right here and now. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe if I ask nicely, work will lend me an M1 and I can do my own tests. We'll see. Never used an Apple product since the iPod Nano. Nice. My last Apple product is an iPod Touch. Nice. Yeah, it's like, I like MacBooks, but not too much on their iPhone front. I'm still very much an Android user these days. See, a 6800 series, you may be able to get 6800 or 6800 XT and upgrade your system with just that. Maybe, we'll see. Yeah, the other part of it is setting up this system is such a pain in the butt. So not looking forward to it at all. Like switching over to a Mac Mini or Linux is gonna be a lot easier. See, I have a 7700K. That's my CPU. 7700K with 64 gigs of RAM. And I'm running a GTX 1070 right now. That is my setup. I think like the whole reason why I did Hackintosh to begin with was I used to develop iOS apps and I set one up so that I could learn how to do it. And ever since then I've just been using the same system. 7700K is still fine for gaming, might struggle for computing in certain scenarios. Okay, so I don't use this computer for gaming at all. I don't really game too much these days, but I do use it for doing all my videos. Like before this graphics card, I was running a, what was it? I was running a 580 or something like that. And oh my gosh, like a 10-minute 1080p video would take me 2 hours. 2 hours to render. And like streams, like a typical 1 hour stream would take 5 hours or more. So I just do it overnight, right? You have an 8700K. I don't even know the difference these days. Beefier CPU would help render times. Oh, I bet. And supposedly that M1 Mac Mini has a much beefier CPU. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what I do. As I said, I'm not doing this right then and now. Probably give myself another 6 more months. I can hold off. Let's see, I might even build whatever PC on stream. We'll see. You have a 5-year-old i5. Do you know what model is your CPU? See, 5 years ago would have been maybe a 50, like the 5 series, I'm assuming. Oh. 4690. I have an i5 66. Ah, there we go. With the GTX 1060. Like honestly, unless you're playing like really high-end games or rendering video, computer like that should still just be fine. Just maybe like upgrade your video card. Oh shoot, I said I would finish this in an hour. Looks like I'm still not done. These pesky diodes, I tell ya. Pesky diodes. Do I know if there's anything I can do about keycaps sitting super tight? You can't pull the keycaps off your Telios without pulling the entire switch out of a hot swap. What keycaps? I think that's what I'd like to find out first. What keycaps are you using that it's that tight? You're using PBT keycaps from your Vermilla board. Okay. I don't know what the tolerances are on that, but PBT usually tends to be thicker and tighter fitting on any type of switch. So you may just be encountering those plastic differences. Nothing to really worry about, to be honest. You can lube stems? No, don't lube your stems. That's a very bad idea. Yes, delete system 32. Oh boy. Whew. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm tired of doing this. Right. I'm gonna borrow some help with some tape here because these diodes seem to be really loose for some odd reason. Let me just tape them down. There we go. Much better. There we go. go. You hate hot swaps. Oh my gosh, got quite a few subs here. See, thank you very much, Shahir, Arlarv, Norman, John, Cameron, and Tyler. Thanks guys, thanks for joining in. I apologize if the stream is lagging out consistently. There's unfortunately nothing I can do about that. That is a result of my reliance on Comcast. But yeah, hopefully the stream will be a lot smoother tomorrow evening when I do my group by news stream. But if you want to rewatch this entire segment, I am recording it, so it should be better on YouTube. Okay, all right, back to diode bending. This should be the last bit though. The last diodes that I bend. Fat Freeze says, I like hot swap, but I prefer Mil-Max to achieve it. Yeah, me too, actually. See, I do have a few hot swap boards. I've got an ID80, I've got a DZ60 RGB, and I have an old clue board that's also hot swap. But I do agree with you, I much prefer the Mil-Max variant. I have one Mil-Maxed board. Yeah, I feel like the Kale hot swap sockets are not very reliable at all. I always see someone complaining about them. Like just today alone, someone messaged me on YouTube being like, oh Merlin, my column doesn't work anymore. This happened after I changed switches. ID80 sounds bad. It does. It does, but they've got the V3 variant out now. The one that's gasket mount. Hopefully that one sounds better. Haven't seen anyone get one yet. The Cosmic says, what's my switch preference at the moment? I prefer linear switches, and I prefer a great many linear switches. Like in terms of JWK, my favorite one there is Lavender's. Let's see, in terms of Gateron, I prefer Gateron Black Inks and Gateron Yellows and Gateron Blacks. In terms of Kale, I actually don't like anything from Kale at the moment. So yeah, those are my preferences there. Oh, in terms of JWK for lighter switches, I do like the NK Silks, NK Silk Yellows. I like some of the, what do you call that? The Alpacas and the Mauves. Yeah, just all linear for me. What about the OAs? No, I do not like the OAs. I tend to stay away from anything that's got UHM WPE in it, unless it's the stem. That one I can tolerate, but anything with either the bottom or the top housing as the UHM WPE, can't do it. Don't like the sound, it's way too tinny. I don't like creams. I like how they sound, but I don't like the sensation of the longer stem, to be honest. I've like, sorry, like the longer, yeah, I guess that's the stem part, huh? Or the Durock Palms. I actually bought some of those. They sound similar, not quite the creams because the cream has that longer stem, but they smell the same. They smell the same, they sound similar. They are indeed smoother, but they're a lot noisier too. The springs that are in them are just terrible. I can't even get like a good sound estimate. Yeah, I will be doing a review of them shortly because I'll be comparing them to the lavenders, and if I can find some creams. I think I've got like a small batch available. We'll compare it to those. The stem isn't full palm, yeah. Based on what someone told me long ago, material science-wise, the same material on the same material tends to not be as smooth as different materials. Which is why creams have that leathery feeling. Alright, okay, last of the diodes. Last of the diodes. Whew. Then once I do this, I can probably get ready for our guest that's coming on, or coming to the house, so probably end the stream then. Asian Redeemed Hydrate, thank you. Oh yeah, breaking in creams for like a month. I agree. I don't have time for that. When I build a board, I want it ready, right? I'm not gonna wait a month for it. It's not like wine, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, creams do sound good, right? But it takes a lot of work just to get them to be smooth. Oh, there we go. I caught myself. I put the diode in the wrong direction. Okay, so I like to use cherry tops. Well, that's the only reason I would buy cherry, it's to use their top. Does anyone know what the composition for the cherry housing is? I don't think it's ever been released, but people have theorized as to what it is. Some people have thought that it's some variant of nylon, but I haven't really seen anything from it. Okay. Here, let's go solder in what I have here first. Some people have said it's a nylon blend. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, I can see that with like having nylon switches. That seems to make the most sense. It's a nylon blend of sorts. Honestly, I would not be surprised if it is. Yeah, nylon is supposed to be deeper, which is why I really like my lavender switches. Like, I think out of any JWK that I've tried so far, I've been very much in love with the lavenders. Okay. Oh, oops. One more here. Did I do a good job there? Yes, I did. Just to be sure, just gonna push it in a bit more. Alright, got that diode finally soldered in. Whew! Let's see, how long did this take me? An hour and 37 minutes. Alright, sorry, 2 hours and 37 minutes. Oh my gosh. 2 hours and 37 minutes. Whew. All the diodes in. Make sure I got all of them in the right orientation. Yep. Yep, they all look good. Wow. Wow, Huynh, thank you for your kind words. All right, I will clean this off just a little bit, and that will probably be the last thing that I do for this board today. I don't think I want to do anything else. clean off all this excess flux here. This way I can also see if I'm bridging any more connections. Nice twin. I like that. Yeah, I'll probably post something on that thread. Something like that. I do need to talk with Project Keyboard again because I think I'm super close to the MOQ in terms of the interest check signups. So he may actually want to run it now, you know? Right. I do see some potential cold joints now that I've cleaned that up a bit. So yeah. There we go. MJ Game 6 filled out the IC form. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The more people who sign up, the more chances Project Keyboard will actually run the set. All right. Looks like we're good. Cleaned it off nicely. All right. I think I did a pretty good job in terms of my diodes. What do you guys think? I don't think it's a perfect job, but I'd say I came pretty close. Only took 2 hours and 37 minutes. Way better than when I did my plaid. All right, let's see. It is 4:11 here in Seattle. I think my guest is coming within the next half hour. So I should probably get ready for that, but I have accomplished what I set out to do. I really wish that I would have had time to do more, but maybe I'll do this another day. Let's see, this should definitely take me a much shorter time than doing these. I anticipate maybe that USB-C port, that will probably take me a good 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes just doing that port alone. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. All right. Yay. Careful with the USB-C port. Yep. I am very well aware. Very well aware. Good thing I've got some flux, so that should help me out quite a lot. Whew. All right, let's see. Yeah, now's a good time to end the stream. Here we go. For those of you who joined in at a much later time, today I built the Barleycorn, or attempted to build the Barleycorn. In fact, if you can look at the stream title, this is Barleycorn Part 1. Finished all of the diodes here. They all look fairly decent. I'd say this is probably the most complicated part of the build, or maybe not complicated, but the most tedious part of the build. Next up will probably be the rest of the components, followed by all the switches. Yeah, I'll probably do this maybe Thursday. We'll see. We'll see if time permits. Anyway, my next stream will be this coming Sunday, tomorrow actually, tomorrow evening, in which I'll be talking about all group buys that are ending and starting for the following week. So if you guys are interested in that kind of info, make sure you hit me up at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, thanks guys for joining in, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye guys.